Start yet, right? Webinar has started. Let's go, let's go, let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's go. Let's do this thing.
This is high energy, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. People are coming in. We have plenty of participants visually. This is Mind Types After Dark.
It
And I
is
just checked
indeed.
it. Yes, it is dark outside. Oh,
Cheers to
cheers.
all my
Cheers, my brother.
mastermind members. So happy to see you, be with you as always, and more coming in by the moment, which is great.
Yes. So welcome everybody. Welcome Andrew. Oh boy. Annalisa, Brenda, Cheryl, Kurt.
All the
Record
way from
distance
South
brothers
Africa.
still.
Gotta love that.
David, Dorina, Dr. Art, good to see you. Jeff, Jim, hey buddy. Linda, nice
Yeah,
to see
man.
you. Barry, Shiner,
Well,
the mysterious
hey,
Shiner.
keep coming in too, man. There's more and more. All right.
Yep,
Linda,
that's
Mary,
awesome.
good to see you all. Okay, awesome. And more people
All
coming.
right. So this is not Christmas in July or August. Ridgely is wearing green and I am wearing red. But folks, I've used this joke before, but as I told Ridgely, I can never dress this way when I go grocery shopping and go to Trader Joe's.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Because then they come up to you, hey, where's the such and such?
Right, exactly. So, and I always say, well, it's in my cart, but
Solo shot is in the house. All right. Welcome, welcome.
yes.
Hey,
Okay, so
David.
welcome everybody. All right, so
No,
this
welcome.
is a Mind Types After Dark. We have a special guest for our hot seat, and we have some AI stories to tell. But originally, in our excitement over the AI phenomena, we've kind of gotten away from our roots. And I wanted to, and I called you a couple of hours ago and I said, Risley, can you please bring us back to home base and ground us in the seven mind types,
Mhm.
how we can recognize that within us. And before you do, though, let me ask you to tell everybody, why is it so important now more than ever in the age of AI to be able to express what you are, what you do, and why the world should care? Why does it have to be a unique message? And what does knowing our mind types and developing limbic messages based on that, what does that have to do with anything that's going on? Why is this important? Why do we always have once a month a mind types after dark session?
Because at the end of the day, anytime you're looking to make a sale of anything that you're selling, that you're offering, your service, your product, whatever it is, there are two sides to it, right? There's getting people to take a look. And then there's the actual conversion from prospect to sale. What is the number one reason why anybody buys anything, anywhere, anytime? Trust. It is so far above everything else that the number two is a distant second. People buy because they trust you, because they trust your product, because they trust your service. What is the best way to build trust? To connect with somebody heart to heart. So that connection builds that trust feeling, that know, like, and trust factor. How do you do that? What is the best possible way to do that? By sharing common beliefs, common views in the world, which comes from understanding who you are and becoming really good at expressing who you are so that people can trust you, because that's the one thing they're going to do before buying anything. They've got to trust you. If somebody comes into contact with who you are and they don't trust you, I guarantee you they're not buying. Now, that doesn't say that they're necessarily going to buy because they do trust you, but the only way they're buying is if they trust you. If they don't trust you, they're not buying, right? So it's so important to understand how it is that we can express ourselves in a full and complete way so that people start nodding their head yes to who we are and what we stand for and what we believe. And oh, by the way, if you think about it, and we've talked about this often, every single person that you know that you call a good friend, the reality is you don't care about what they do, what they sell, what they offer. What you care about is who are they? What do they stand for? What do they believe? And does that resonate with you and your beliefs? That's what you care about. So, in the same way, becoming an expert at expressing that is so critical. And that's where knowing your mind type is like critical. It's so key. You have to really know your mind type and how to express it. So,
Yes.
is it more in the age of AI? I'm going to make the prediction that it's even more important because as people are speaking authentically, what does it look like? The idea that we've talked about this last week that we're moving to a zero clicks environment, right? People are not going to click on things. They're going to talk into an instrument that has their AI companion, whether that's ChatGPT like I have, or Gemini, or Grok, or whoever, DeepSeek. And then after they talk into the companion is going to go find someone to give them an answer. Well, that answer has to be written in such a way that it engenders trust. If it doesn't, even if they find you as an answer, it's still not going to turn into a sale. So, more than ever, in my mind, in the age of AI, this has become paramount.
Yes. So the other thing too is that the world originally has conspired to help us be more, I'm not going to say evangelical, but to be more passionate than ever about the importance of doing so. Because so much of what's happened over the last couple of months has been around Google penalizing thin content, meaning content that is repetitive. And if you, as a business owner, no matter what your niche, if you sound like everybody else, Google literally will not quote you because you sound like everybody else. What's the easiest way, Ridgely, for all of us here on this call to not sound like everybody else?
To understand your mind type and express who you are.
Exactly. And so
Use limbic messaging. So
now
easy.
more than ever, it actually serves two goals. Ridgely has always talked about traffic and conversion, and knowing the mind type and creating those limbic messages originally, we've always put in the category of conversion.
Hmm.
The world has conspired now to make that limbic and mind type differentiation part of the formula of getting traffic. This is the first time originally in 25 years that we've been working together that this has happened.
Hmm. Does it say a little more about that? Because people might
Yes.
have gotten a little bit of a
Yes.
disconnect there, but it's really important. This
Yes.
is where AI engines are so powerful.
Yes. So let's say that you're a coach. Let's say that you're a success coach. Originally, you know a thing or two about coaching.
Mhm.
If we were to advise a coach, they would say the usual. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to help you overcome your innate things that hold you back, self-sabotage and everything else. And oh, by the way, I've coached many successful students and I can help you. How much of that was unique to you? Zero, right?
Mhm.
But what would you say, like a coach, knowing their mind type, how could they limbically message the same thing and appear completely different in the eyes of Google?
By starting out with an I believe or a we believe statement, because it's an instantaneous invitation into a thought. Uh, hey, I'm Hubert Lee, and I believe that when you go deep on things, you really discover who you truly are. What I, and you, if somebody hears that, they're like, yeah, that's right. That what you just said is right. They're instantly nodding in agreement. And by the way, I pulled that straight out of Hubert's mind type as being a master, right?
Yes.
And Dorita says that going deep thing is my line. Well, yeah, because you're a master too, Dorita. Okay, I get it. Y'all are like birds of a feather kind of thing. But when you do that, it's so real and so legit. People instantly connect on a different level, and that's where the huge difference. That it makes all the difference in the world. You're in a different league already from the very first moment.
Yes. Okay, so let me draw the through line to what we've been talking about recently. So originally, you've been a big advocate of what Google has been saying is super necessary the last, couple of months, especially. What are easy ways to show EEAT in a blog post? Okay, so
Mhm.
EEAT, originally you explain.
So
Just explain what EEAT is and why it's so important.
Okay, so first the overall, it's Google's way of determining whether or not your content is worthy or not worthy, whether or not
Yes.
your content is going to get indexed and show up in AI engines or not. It stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Those are the things that Google and other engines are looking for to decide which content do I feature, which obviously you want it to be your content. So you want to be, basically, it's you are an expert at what you do. You
Hmm.
have the experience that you've been doing it for a while. You have the credentials about that. And then somehow you got to do that trustworthiness thing. That's a little trickier, a little
Exact.
trickier. And that's where limbic messaging and
Yes.
understanding your mind type is huge.
Yes. So we're gonna give the secret formula away. And by the way, this EEAT thing is totally real. It's built into the Google algorithm, but at Google, when they do, God forbid, you have to go through what's called a manual review. A manual review is when they suspect something's not right with your website and they actually send it to a team to see if you should be banished from Google forever. One of the standards that the team looks at is they have internal in Google an EEAT guidelines, and that's what they judge your worthiness to be in the Google index, on. So this is like a very real thing. So watch what I've done here in my ChatGPT. Okay. And by the way, folks, I don't know if you all noticed, if you're a paid ChatGPT user, recently, did you notice last week it switched you to ChatGPT 5? Okay, so our dear old 4.0 for Omni, you can't even like select that anymore. We're in the world of ChatGPT 5. And folks, that this ChatGPT 5 thinking one is incredible if you have to do some analysis. This ChatGPT 5 thinking. But anyway, let me get
We're
back
going
to
to
this.
use that with Andrew here momentarily.
Okay, awesome. So look at this, folks. I went back and I said, can I use limbic messaging and my mind type to help us with this? So look, Ridgely, it's mapping the
Wait,
use
love
of
the answer. Absolutely. In fact, combining limbic messaging with your mind type is one of the fastest way to make EEAT feel authentic, feel emphasize, instead of looking like you just stuffed in some credentials at the end.
exactly. Okay. So as Ridgely saying, that whole trust and authority thing is built in to limbic messaging because it taps directly into the emotional brain. Okay. So there's a whole thing. Just go and ask ChatGPT why this whole thing happens. So I'm gonna stop sharing because look at this, the blah blah blah, give her problem solver, whatever. And I'm gonna ask Ridgely before I reveal that segment, Ridgely, can you please just give us like the 2-minute brief of the different mind types, what they are, and the concept that, and believe it or not, we've gotten so excited that we've kind of left this in the dust, but we want to remind everybody originally how each mind type has a superpower and kryptonites, and just ground us in that, and then we'll come back to the use of the mind type in EE18.
Yeah, so first of all, let's just very briefly describe what is a mind type. The mind type is the driver. It is why you do what you do, think the way you think, act the way you think, etc. And it stems from survival at an early age when your brain power, so to speak, was being shaped and formed, right? Very, very early. It was the thing that takes you out of fight or flight. So in that survival mode. And therefore, because it was cemented as the way you survived at a young age, it is never going to change in this incarnation. We is what we is. The leopard does not change its spots. This applies to human beings. So understanding what your mind type is crucial for being able to express yourself and for understanding where your superpower lies and how to overcome your kryptonite. There are 7 different mind types. And I'm going to walk through each of them very, very quickly as reminders. If you've been with us for years, and I can see that there are a fair number of people who have been, it's always good to hear this once in a while. Number one, the giver. the person that's all about making a difference, adding value, trying to help people. They want to participate and contribute to causes. Causes are the superpower of the giver, whether that's joining the PTA, the local community, participating in your spiritual group, helping the people at the office, whatever it is. Givers love to give. They love to participate in causes however they can, to the point where they have a hard time saying no. And therefore, their kryptonite is overcommitment. They say yes to far too many things, end up with their plates overflowing and having to either stress to get all that stuff done or understanding that they just can't. So there's the giver. Think about somebody you know. Who can you think of off the top of your head that might be a giver? Number two, the connector. The connector is the person that's all about bonds and relationships. These are the people who do what they say they're going to do, show up when they say they're going to show up. You can count on them. You know they're going to be there for you because their superpower is trust. They're so determined to build trust, to gain your trustworthiness, that they will go and do the extra and then the extra and then the extra and then a little bit more to prove that they can be trusted. What's the problem with that? The first extra takes any of us from being ordinary to extraordinary. Every other extra after that just makes us nice. Oh, he's so nice. He's always doing the extra. And it does not demonstrate further trustworthiness. Therefore, the kryptonite of the connector is waste. They waste a lot of time trying to prove something that others don't understand nor appreciate. Therefore, they don't gain any value out of it. Number three, the problem solver. The problem solver is the person that makes sense out of things. They clarify things, they simplify things for the rest of us. They're able to take in lots and lots of information and data at warp speed and then break it down and give us alternatives, give us options, give us possibilities, and most importantly, solutions. The superpower of the problem solver is solutions. They help us get to solutions really, really fast. What's the kryptonite of the problem solver? They need data. When the problem solver doesn't have enough information to process, to make sense out of, their brain gets mushy. They go into paralysis, the kryptonite of the problem solver, and they can't move forward. That's the problem solver. Number four, the innovator. The innovator is the person that is always looking for a better way to do anything and everything, constantly asking the question, well, what about this? And what if we tried that? And have you thought about this thing over here? How about this concept? Let's do that. Constantly looking for a better way. And they're good at it. Their superpower is improvements. They love to improve anything and everything. Doesn't matter what it is, to the point where sometimes the small improvement doesn't make economic sense, doesn't make sense from a morale perspective, can upset the apple cart. And the kryptonite of the innovator is change for change's sake. We don't want change for change's sake. We want change to make things better that actually makes sense at the same time. Number five, the perfectionist, the person that understands that if you do A, then B, then C, then D, E is predictable. You know where that's going. You know what's coming. You love order. Perfectionists hate chaos. They're super good at implementing systems, that's their superpower, that work for the rest of us, that help us get organized and stay on track. They're so good at it, in fact, that they are sometimes a little bit too my way or the highway. And the kryptonite of the perfectionist is rigidity. They're a little too stuck in their own ways. Number six, coming down the track here, is the rebel. The rebel is the person that thinks differently. They live outside the box. These are the contrarians. These are the people that create the new normals, right? Their superpower is challenge. They will challenge the norm to create a new norm. They will challenge the status quo to show a different way. They'll certainly challenge the vanilla. And because they challenge everything, sometimes they push people away. People say, whoa, 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 cut it out, leave me alone. And the rebel isolates. Isolation is the kryptonite of the rebel, sometimes because people push them away, other times because they themselves push others away and isolate. Last but not least, the master. The masters are the people that have gigantic intellectual capabilities, big, huge brains, super smart people. They're always looking to take things to the next level, no matter what it is. Depth is the superpower of the master. They want to go deeper on things, especially if they're really interested in those things. And because they want to go deeper and have those giant brains, sometimes they make things a little too complicated for the rest of us. And complexity is the kryptonite of the master. They overcomplicate things. All right. So number one, the giver loves to make a difference, add value. Superpower is causes. Kryptonite, overcommitment. Number two, the connector loves to bond in relationship. Superpower, trust. Kryptonite, waste for trying too hard. Number three, the problem solver, making sense out of things, clarifying things. Superpower, solutions. Kryptonite, paralysis when they don't have enough information. Number four, the innovator, always looking for a better way to do things. Superpower improvements, kryptonite, change for change's sake. Number five, the perfectionist, all about creating order and organizing. Superpower systems, kryptonite, rigidity, a little bit too much my way or the highway. Number six, the rebel, thinking differently, living outside the box. Superpower challenge, kryptonite, isolation, when they're pushed away or they push themselves away. And lastly, the master, gigantic brains, superpower, depth, taking things to another level, kryptonite, complexity, overcomplicating things that don't fit in the rest of our brains. There you go, Hubert. And think about how important all of this is in expressing yourself in this world of AI, when AI can basically compute pretty much anything, but it can't express feelings like a human being can that connect with somebody, build the trust, and get people to buy your stuff, whatever your stuff is.
Exactly. Originally, I have to say this explanation has been the best one you've ever done. So thank you. Okay. And folks, I know those of you that have been, hearing this for years, you've heard it 1,000 times, but let me just read from the chat. Dorina said originally, damn, I just figured out my secondary mind type, rebel. That's what it takes. You need to go over this again and again and again because all of us have a primary mind type, a secondary mind type, and even a tertiary mind type. And it's only in going over this, especially in fellowship like this, where we can discuss it together, where it actually dawns on you, what your primary and secondary mind types are. So good for you, Dorina.
And I think she's spot on too, by the way. I love Dorina. She's awesome. And I think that's dead right. Exactly right. Perfect.
Exactly. So that's awesome. Okay, so let me share my screen now. Let's go back and see what AI did with this. Okay, so now originally. So again, this is back to the world of ChatGPT. And again, folks, if you have a ChatGPT account, you know now that ChatGPT listens and persists across your chats. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying that is this. So now it is giving how EEAT can be done by mind type. Okay, so for example, the EEAT angle for a giver might be to show genuine care, testimonials of people helped patient success stories. Example, we believe you deserve that, this is unnecessary, but we believe, well, you deserve to feel comfortable and confident with your smile without worrying about cost of pain. Now, remember, Ridgely and I have a lot of dentists as clients, and that's why this is showing examples from a dental perspective, right? But so Ridgely, take a look at these and tell me if you think these are legit in terms of using an angle based on your problem solver aspect. And now here's the thing. It doesn't matter that you don't know the mind type of your target. What Ridgely and I do is get a dentist excited about marketing, which frankly is very difficult. But originally, when we have a problem solver dentist and we tell them to address their patients this way, they light up because the angle corresponds to their mind type.
Yeah, for sure. These are great. All of them. Look at the connector. Include other experts' perspective, build authority, which is trust through relationships. Innovator, share unique methods, case studies of new techniques, show results other can't match. It's perfect.
Exactly. Right. So now look at this. And by the way, I in this flow, I didn't take up the offers of ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is now like thinking on its own and saying, "Hey, would you like these templates that I can help you with?" So originally, I mean, like before our eyes, we're seeing this grow more and more powerful, right? So
Sure.
now look at this next prompt. Give me limbic messages in the different formats for each of the mind types for this purpose. Got it. So it already knows that there are four main formats. We believe, we picture a world where you deserve, and because something matters. And again, I see some new names, so I'm sure that there are some people that are new to the idea of limbic messaging. Okay, but now,
And look at
well,
how it says for each of the 7 mind types, Hubert.
yes, for
Notice
each of
that.
the seven mind types, right? So originally guide us through this.
Yeah, so this is fantastic, right? That this is so powerful. It Google tells you what it wants. The mind types reinforce that, and therefore, instantaneously, based on those two things, you have on an edge on everybody in the marketplace. And if you look at this, because this is Hubert's or mine would do the exact same thing, and basically almost all our clients are dentists, it's going to talk to us in dental language. But as you use the tool, I saw Scott Brown's on here, for example, and his clients are really powerful executive women. It's going to speak to that in the same way, and it gets smarter and smarter and smarter. So you can see we believe in caring for every patient as if they were family. Wow.
Right.
Right? We picture a world where every smile is a result of a caring community. Wow. These are messages that you would want all over your website so that when somebody shows up there, they're like,
Yes.
man, this is so different than anybody else.
And,
Amazing.
and, and Google, Richly, sorry to jump on you. Google looks at this and says, that is unique.
That's
Look
right.
at this one here. What dentist, other than a problem solver, is going to say, we believe there's always a smart, proven solution for every dental challenge?
Hmm.
That is
Yeah.
unique based on your mind type. Therefore, Google will say, wow, that's
And then
unique.
you can take it, by the way, and improve on that because I would take that and say, we believe in finding the best proven solution for your dental challenge.
Yes,
And I
exactly.
could tweak that and find it. So we as humans can improve on this thing, but why wouldn't you use the tool as much as you can? And by the way, we got to get to Andrew. So
Yes, so we'll do that. But look at this, folks. So the perfectionist, as Ridgely is always fond of saying, I'm actually gonna stop my share and come back in a second. Ridgely, hold up the perfectionist avatar and point out the pants. Explain to us what we're looking at.
there's a ruler down the side there. There's a ruler because the perfectionist likes to measure everything, right? Down
Exactly.
to the final details. That's what they do, create systems to make things stay
Yes.
in line.
And Ridgely, take a look at this. How scary is this? The perfectionist, we believe every detail matters down to the millimeter.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
Amazing how
it
smart the
really
tool
is amazing.
Right. So, for everybody that's been with us for a while, you know what to do. Use this, ask the tool how to help you to create these messages, and put them all over the place, wherever you possibly can. It can only help you moving forward.
Exactly. And I think Ridgely, Scott Brown summarizes this exactly when he says, love it when a plan comes together. With mind types, we were ahead of the curve. Now Google is catching up and we're still ahead of the curve. Thank you, Ridgely and Hubert.
Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. And
Okay,
let's
so
stay ahead of the curve, okay,
yeah,
people? That's why we're on this mastermind.
exactly. Before we bring Andrew on, hey, Andrew, um, can you answer this question, Ridgely? How do we choose which of the mind types to put on our website? She says, okay, you just answered the question, but how would you decide which messages to put on the website?
Here's what mistaken thinking does. Mistaken thinking does this. Oh, I really want to attract a lot of those kind of people. I'm going to create messaging that's about them. No. That way, here you if you do that, you will attract three types of thems: the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you don't want the bad or the ugly. You only want the good. How do you attract only the good? By becoming an expert at expressing who you are so that those people that resonate with what you believe, that do not have to have your mind type, instantly want to be a part of what you're doing. It's a reverse way of thinking. It's far more effective in terms of getting great, great clients and patients.
Exactly. That's awesome. All right, let's get to the hot seat segment of our show here. I have to say, Richly, we are on fire with this thing. I mean, like, I know during the day we just like live and breathe the stuff, and then at night to have it light up alive like this, and then to have so many of our folks show up for an evening session is just very gratifying. So thank you, everyone.
Sure. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Andrew, join us, man.
If we can get some video going. Yeah, I'm a little dark over here.
Yeah.
I am a little dark. I apologize. I'm down in Boca. My son, we just moved him into school Tuesday, and we're just hanging tight because the first day he was like, "I'm not 100% sure about this," and a little teary-eyed, and I don't know anybody here. Well, yesterday he had his roommates come running into the suite while we were in his room. They came running into the suite with about 6 girls, and they're like, "Where's CJ? We want to meet CJ." We realized we got to get the heck out of here so he could actually start to talk to these people. And we got a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning that he had a great freaking night. So yeah, I guess, yeah.
At this point, he's like, Mom and Dad, could you guys just get in the car and drive on out of here, man? We don't
It's
need you anymore.
That's
the
awesome.
real mean streets of Boca, but it makes a parent feel really good that,
That's good. Well, Andrew, your job is done, so good for you.
yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Yes. Now, folks, you may recognize Andrew. We've had Andrew on several times. As a matter of fact, we, our world record of attendance and replays actually was the Andrew SEO topic that he and I did. And so, again, folks, I remind you that if you need somebody to give a once over on your website or your Google business profile, Andrew is the guy. He's in Google Insider. Recently, we'll interview him now and just kind of reestablish his credentials. But the cool thing about working with Andrew is that no matter where you are with your site or your project or whatever, Andrew can give you like a one-time kind of SEO tune-up that will really, really help you. So I encourage you all to, reach out to us to put you in contact with Andrew. So Andrew, welcome back. It's awesome to have you here, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that. Hear me?
And we don't have a single client that doesn't use Andrew's services. Zero, not one. Every client uses Andrew because we recommend it. So you're looking at taking one of the aspects, from what I understand, and I want to get it from you, Andrew, one of the aspects that really drives SEO to a whole new level. Tell us about this a little bit.
So yes, I am looking, I'm in the process of getting ready to launch, if you will, a brand new product that definitely tunes in, especially if you are a local business and you have a Google business profile. It does quite a few things. It builds trust, it boosts your rankings, it drives sales and increases clicks, it protects your reputation, and it saves times with AI. It is a monster as far as what it will do and what it can do for your business. I should probably
Right.
tell you what it is.
Yeah, and basically, it stems from creating other people talking positively about you. What is the number one thing that sells anything really, really well besides the concept of trust? It's social proof. Social proof builds trust. So naturally, those two things go together. Where do people go to find social proof more than anywhere else? They go to reviews. Who here on this mastermind always checks the reviews before they buy something, or before you stay somewhere, or before you book a flight, or whatever. You check the reviews to find out what are other people that I might be able to rely on saying. And Andrew, you've built this ridiculous tool that helps write the reviews, but not just write the reviews in AI friendly language that is authentic and genuine and enables a business to garner those easily so that they stand out from everybody else. Is that about right?
That is correct. The goal was to come up with a funnel, if you will, that would help businesses get reviews in like 15 seconds. Okay. We
Mhm.
wanted to make sure that the collection of reviews was the easiest method that you could possibly do, make it the easiest for the customers, because we've gotten lots of feedback that the reason why people don't leave reviews is they don't know what to say. They it takes a while, you caught me at a bad time, I really don't have time to do it. And reviews are so important because once again, it builds trust. Google uses it, and so do the LLMs. A lot of these AI models are sifting through these reviews and will actually quote the reviews. So I found that, that was a pain point for a lot of businesses, especially small businesses that have Google business profiles. So I went out and we created an AI powered reputation partner, if you will.
Yeah. So then tell us how can we on this mastermind help you with your new product?
Okay. So I created what I think is a great product. However, um, I'm not sure whether I have the messaging correct. I'm not sure whether I have the pricing correct. Um, I don't know whether the website looks good, whether it doesn't look good. And trust me, I'm going to put the arm on Hubie at some point here to help me out. But I'm looking for the feedback of what people would honestly think about the product, but people that are in positions that they're either the business owner or decision makers, and truly get their feedback. I'm also looking for a way to acquire customers, obviously customer acquisition and lead gen regarding this. So I'm just looking for a lot of feedback, and that's why I'm here tonight.
Awesome. Hubert, I'll
Um,
let you run this thing.
Hubie,
Awesome.
I do have the website if they, at some point when you guys want to take a look at it. So just let me know and I can give you the URL.
Great. Originally, what I think what we should do is actually run your we're gonna knock off two birds with one stone here. We haven't had your super prompt in a while, right? And so I think it would be helpful to Andrew to kind of have you originally run through your super prompt and just to kind of get the core of the messaging that Andrew needs. So, folks, Andrew he's a real expert at marketing and SEO and all of that. But when he's too close to his own product, it's hard sometimes to kind of distill the essence of what the messaging would be for somebody that is a business owner. And so, Andrew, if you'd like to play along, Ridgely has a prompt that he can actually run through ChatGPT that actually distills it from the perspective of somebody that doesn't know as much about all of this as you and I, right? And so the
Perfect.
value of that is that it brings it back in line with the business owner. And then originally what we can do is then ask for input from the chat and see if this resonates. Because one of the issues that Andrew and I have been having when we're so deep in the weeds, we're like down the road with like techno babble, Andrew. You know what I'm saying? It's like it takes Ridgely and our mastermind to kind of bring us back as to like, are these guys, saying something that would mean something to us as a business owner? Ridgely, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, I know what you're saying. You're just making me do all the damn work over here. First, you make me do all the talking for the first 25
And then,
minutes on the
okay,
mind tips, and now you're making me do all the work on the second. I
okay,
get your game, bro. You're invisible to me, so fine. All right.
okay.
I'm gonna
All
help
right.
you out here,
Uh,
Andrew, because obviously Hubert's like bagging off
yeah,
and
no,
doing
no,
work over here.
we'll help contribute and help coach you through it. But I really think it would help Andrew to really get the super prompt, Ridgely's famous prompt.
Looking to help a new client with a launch of a new product. All right, here we go. Let's play. All right, here we go. So, what are we looking to do here, Andrew? Give me kind of like, tell me a little bit about we want to build the marketing plan, find out more information. What is your top thing that you're looking for?
Top thing, let's see. I guess I'm looking for market confirmation that this is a worthwhile, which, because the problem is when you make something, when you build something, you're convinced that everybody in the world is going to understand how important it is, just like you understand how important it is. So I would think
Okay.
market confirmation would be the first.
Okay. Define the product for me real quick.
So the product is a AI review management partner, if you will. It
What?
it will I'll just tell you some of the features. It tries to weed out bad reviews.
Yep.
It will write a review for a visitor using the keywords that you train it with.
Yep.
And assist them to post, assist them to post it on Google. It automatically replies to every review that you get so that you don't need to, and that's a huge ranking factor for Google. Google sees if you are responding to your reviews, they believe that you're giving good customer service and there's a good customer
Yep.
experience there.
Okay, good.
It also will flag any bad reviews that you get, and the AI will read the review, read through the policy, and then report to Google what it thinks is in that review might be in violation of within that policy.
Okay, good.
I mean, those are basically the key aspects of it. It also, it
All right,
will.
that's good. That's good for now. Let's start. Okay, 7 out of 10. We got to do some work on this, man. We got to get
Yeah,
this
we
up.
do.
All right. Who are your target industries?
Oh, targeted industries.
Don't overthink it. Just tell me.
Yeah, local. I would say local business. The auto dealerships, because I mean I deal with about 1,500 GBPs for in automotive.
Yep.
Wow.
Brick and mortars. Yeah. I would say really competitive local businesses. I mean, there are lots of local businesses out there that
No, that's
don't
good.
have
That's
that
good for now.
competition.
What's your pricing model? We're gonna go faster than you think you need to. This tool is way smarter than you think. What's your pricing structure?
So
Monthly,
my pricing is a monthly recurring.
monthly recurring pricing. Where are you in the product? Is it ready to go?
I would say it's 90% there.
Let's say it's ready to go.
It offers reviews for people to agree to so that they don't have to write them themselves. Are you aware of any kind of regulations regarding generation of reviews and manipulations?
Yes,
Yes.
and Andrew has that covered.
Yeah. There's a thing called gating. And Google doesn't want you to be able to basically gate bad reviews. However, because I know Google's policies inside out. I was able to create the software in a way that it satisfies Google's requirements so that they don't consider it gated.
Okay. Let's see how far we got on this prompt. Revised prompt version 2. All right, here we are.
Richly, your prompt 9 out of 10. Richly, your prompt has grown under the radar from my view. So, I mean, you've been doing some work on this prompt. Good for you.
Okay, so in terms, do you plan to do paid ads, both interviews? How are you going to market this? What are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts were literally to start off going door to door so I could actually see people, talk to people, get their honest feedback. Second was scraping email lists, actually scraping local businesses within my area, throwing out emails and trying to see if there was any interest in that respect, just because I could do it so much faster. The third was posting in Facebook groups. I've since moved from New York down to Florida, and they have tons of Facebook groups for like contractors and, like the contractors of Central Florida. There's like 10,000 people in the group.
What's your website?
It's called GBP Scout.
GDP
Nope,
Scout.
nope, I'm sorry, GB, like Google Business Profile,
Oh, yeah.
GBP.
Okay. What are your biggest differentiators from Bird Eye?
Cost. Our cost is a lot less. The other thing is that the reviews are instant. So we're going to gain the reviews right while the person is on site, which also makes the reviews stick better with Google.
Yeah.
So it also is, it has the AI component, which Birdview doesn't. Our
Good.
software
No,
also
we're good.
flags bad reviews.
Okay, here we go. I'm launching a new AI-powered review management platform called GVP Scout, website gvscout.com, designed for local businesses, brick and mortar retailers, dealerships in the US market. SaaS products 90% ready, set to launch in 2 weeks. Key features include filtering or flagging negative reviews and reporting policy violations to Google, writing keyword optimized reviews for real customers to approve and post, automatically replying to all reviews, AI-powered review monitoring and management, cost-effective monthly recurring pricing. Top differentiators, low cost, instant review generation, advanced AI capabilities. I want to validate the market, fine-tune positioning, and build messaging. Please help me confirm market demand and product market fit through suggested outreach methods. Identify the most urgent pain points to solve for local business owners. Generate emotional messaging frameworks, value props that resonate with the audience. Build survey and interview scripts to test positioning, engage willingness to pay. Provide competitive positioning strategies against tools like Bird Eye, Podium, Nice Job. Identify messaging guardrails around ethical review automation for compliance. Bunch of final deliverables. Rating 10 out of 10. Let's go.
10 out of 10.
Because we ain't playing. It's our brother Andrew here, man.
No.
Here we go. Market validation messaging strategy for GBP Scout. Market demand validation strategy. Local feedback loop. That's a manual outreach, door to door. Here's the questions to ask. 3-day trial, free 30-day trial in exchange for honest feedback. Scraped outreach. Use tools like Phantom Buster or Scrappy. Send cold emails or texts. Social media listing and promotion. Post and Facebook things. Validation ads. Low budget test. Pain points. This product solves. I don't have time. Bad reviews kill my traffic. My competitor's cheating. I forgot to ask the customer. Don't know what to say. Tools like Podium are overpriced. Emotional messaging frameworks. Fear of loss, relief and ease, value and speed, trust and control. Survey and interview scripts. Short survey. Interview questions. Competitive positioning framework. All the different competitors that you have. Tagline to test, like Podium, but way smarter and half the price. Go to market launch tactics, local launch blitz, case study beta group, landing page optimization, referral program. What else would you like help with?
Yeah, that was pretty good already. Let's see. I would say a 30-day pre-launch rollout plan.
There we go. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Structure. Week 1, lay the foundation with messaging, visual assets, initial outreach materials, create the landing page, set up the Google form, write 3-4 cold outreach email templates, draft the social media, build a list using Google Maps, Yelp, etc., record a 2-minute demo. Week 2, local outreach and beta group, do in-person visits, offer the trial, etc. Week 3, ads and organic traction, test it out, use 2-3 headlines, etc. Week 4, waitlist and referral engine, KPIs to track, tools you may want to use, all these. What would you like next?
Let's go with rewriting the landing page.
See, this is what's incredible about this tool. It's just so ridiculously powerful nowadays. There is no point in doing this yourself. And this goes to everybody in the mastermind. Look at this layout overview, header, headline, emotional, your reputation handled instantly. Subhead, get more first 5-star reviews, automatically reply to every customer and flag policy violating reviews for removal without lifting a finger. Start your free trial, no credit card, just better reviews. Secondary, see how it works. Scroll to demo, social proof preview video, features section, all the different bullets that you want with check marks, pain points, pricing teaser, fear of missing out plus value, FAQ section toggle or accordion, final CTA, optional add-ons. Now what?
Let's see. I guess I started working on some pricing models. I think that while I'm trying to test the market to figure out what the correct pricing model is, I did create 3 different models that have like, you know, a basic, a pro, and an elite version. 97, 147, 197. I mean, the numbers are still, up in the air. I don't 100% know.
All right, well, here are 7 different ones. Performance-based pricing, pay-per-review. We work till you win, guarantee pricing, flat. Don't pay unless you get 5 new ones. Founders Club lifetime deal, one-time payment. Reputation recovery guarantee. Unlimited plan with shared success bonus. Your zip code, your territory exclusives. AI concierge plan. So there you go. Top 3, launch growth hack, lifetime founders deal and territory lock, winner you don't pay beta plan.
I didn't even think of reserving zip code exclusivity in their niche. That wasn't even something that came through my mind.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Give us a few other differentiator ideas that can really separate this product from the rest. Killer differentiate ideas. We clean up your past feature, AI tone matcher, review heat map dashboard, customer memory nudger, staff shout out tracker, mobile first interface, ghost review catcher, keyword rank booster, reputation score and snapshot, AI human hybrid mode. What else do you need, my man? While we're at it.
I don't know.
Okay.
I,
Well, we
I
can always
thank
come
God
back, bro.
I've already created the 2-minute video, which is great. So at least I feel like that hard one is out of the way. It's actually on the website and everything else. So that one I feel pretty good with. But yeah, I mean, I got a lot of work to do on the other things. And to be honest with you, I do want to roll this out within a week.
All right. Well,
So
just in case, here's another script for you for a 2-minute video that gives you the opening, the big reveal, the features, the emotional hook, the CTA, the outro, done. Just so you can compare yours to what the tool says.
That's awesome. So there's plenty here to chew on.
oh, there's more than plenty to chew on.
All right. So I just want to read something from the chat, Richly, that I think it would help for Andrew to answer. So
Oh,
tell
well,
me
hold on one second. Here we
when you're
go.
done with that. Yep.
Yo, one bad review and you're losing the bag. Customer mad, your ratings get dragged. Yelp trolling, hating. Google ain't helping. You're stressing at night while your business is melting. So I built a beast, call it GBP Scout. AI so slick, it calls the liars out. It writes your replies, it fights for your name, and it does it in seconds while podium's lame. Word.
That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. All right. A question, Andrew?
Yep.
So one of our members, Jim, so this is a quite a sophisticated question here. So I think it came to my mind as well earlier when I had met Andrew and he told me about this. But so Andrew, Jim says this: if bad reviews are removed or gated, then it's not an honest total reviewing, whether by Google or a program like this. So can you explain to us the concept of how you kind of gate it without technically violating Google's restrictions? How does that work?
Okay, so what we do is this. The software is a funnel, whether it be, it all gets you into the same funnel, whether it's a link, a QR code, an RFID that you can just touch your phone to, whether it be a keychain or a plaque, and we have all of these physical items as well. It brings you into a funnel. It shows a logo and it asks you, did you have a good experience or a bad experience? It wants to know right out of the gate. If you had a good experience, it continues into the funnel of writing the review for you and getting ready to post it. If you had say that you had a bad review, a bad experience, it brings you to a form which you fill out and it will be emailed to the point of contact at that business of whatever email that they described. But there's also a link that if you so choose, you can still go to Google and leave that bad review. You know, that's where Google's issue is. A lot of people, they don't give that person any sort of option. Now, granted, it doesn't need to stand out. It doesn't need to be a gigantic button. It can be a very grayed out piece of text that's on the page. It needs to be there though. And it needs to be, it needs to be evident enough without screaming from the rafters, hey, but it gives them the option. So the reason that people get caught up in the gating is that they don't give anybody the option. They get them into that funnel and that's it. They don't allow them to really still continue on to Google. But the way that we look at it is like this. If you have a way of being able to get directly to the owner with the issue or the problem that you had, it's actually giving that customer a very good experience. If the owner responds properly to the situation, if they respond properly to it gives them an opportunity to take that issue or complaint that somebody had and bring it offline to have that discussion, try and figure out how they can resolve.
Excellent.
Andrew, the whole thing is in your inbox already.
Awesome. Oh, did Andrew freeze? I think
He froze
Andrew
on us.
froze. He froze. So Originally, tell us what it's 9:01, so tell us when we're meeting next, and then I'm gonna have you read some of Bruce's jokes here. I messed it up last time. And Andrew, when you come back, well, Jim says thank you, but let me wait until Andrew comes back.
It is, we are meeting on Tuesday, the 19th, and we're meeting at noon Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Pacific, noon Eastern. That is our next meeting for Mind Types Mastermind.
Excellent. Okay, so originally, can you look at the chat and you guide us through Bruce's contribution? He actually provided us with some topical mind types jokes. You're gonna love it.
Bad jokes gone wild. Mind Types After Dark edition. Here's a few Mind Type mashup dad jokes, each one with one type asking an innocent question and the other responding in their signature and slightly wacky style and limbic way. I love this. This is great. Okay, cool. Connector versus perfectionist. Connector, hey, want to grab lunch? Perfectionist, sure, I believe the perfect meal deserves perfect planning. You deserve the absolute best, so I'll review 47 restaurants until we find one worthy because precision matters. Giver versus rebel. Giver, can I bring you coffee? Rebel, not unless I could drink it my way. I believe rules are made to be broken. You deserve to live life on your own terms because freedom matters. Rebel versus problem solver. Rebel, why follow the instructions? Problem solver. I believe every challenge has a solution. You deserve the fastest path forward, preferably one that doesn't end up with a flaming toaster because solutions matter. Awesome. I love that. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Exactly. Andrew's texting in saying his hotel Wi-Fi is spotty. So I said we figured no worries. So awesome. Okay, so originally, do you want a real dad joke?
Okay, go ahead, man.
All
Just
right.
go.
Originally, okay, actually, before I do, several people commented this. Originally, in your ChatGPT session, you're still on 4.40. Is
Only
there a
because
reason?
I've never closed it down and opened it back up again.
Okay, because some of us are like trying to figure out how to get back to 4.0.
No, no, no. I just got to close it down and open it back up again. That's all. I just use it all the time. I've never shut the
Okay.
thing down once.
If you like 4.0, then don't shut it down and let's see how long it'll last because you have a rare thing because a bunch of people here are saying, how is Ridgely still using 4.0?
Hey
All right,
man,
so Rich,
I use AI to figure it.
yeah, and not. So Ridgely, how many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
I have no idea.
10 tickles.
Oh
Oh,
my
Bruce knew
God.
that. Bruce typed in
That-
10 tickles.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Bruce, you're still the undisputed champion.
Yep, no doubt. All right, folks. Have a great evening, a great weekend, etc. We'll see you next week. Bring your stuff to us. As always, appreciate you. And Kurt, I'm sure you enjoyed this session because it's morning where you are, so it's not so bad. Not like middle of the night like usual. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Hubie, I'll talk to you tomorrow, my man.
Thanks, everybody. So
All
long.
right. Bye, guys. Ciao for now.